Hey, what's going on, people? Knowledge coming at you again. I want to clear some things up. Some of my subscribers was telling me that the video I did the other day on the Kmart commercial, apparently Kmart was not responsible for it. I guess it was a prodigy, or you know how like people come together and make like a little bullshit commercial to try to get some fame or some fortune. But you know, even if it is a prodigy, why hasn't Kmart released a statement about this? Obviously, this is a big controversial commercial or prodigy or whatever. And me, if I own, you know, a big chain of business like a Walmart or a Target or a Kmart, and I know this is a big controversy out there that's bringing bad publicity on my company, I'm going to release a statement. I'm going to clear it up, and I possibly might file some law charges against these people who create this commercial. But you see, if you go into a Kmart and you steal something, they on your ass. But when it comes down to things like this that are disrespecting the black community, there's no outrage. But you know, I just wanted to clear that up, you know, and add my extra 2 cents in it, because you know, I still think Kmart is somewhat responsible because they haven't done anything about this commercial. But you have people who are raising all hell, you know, about a line that Rick Ross said, you know. So, I mean, you really got to think about stuff like that, because people really have selective outrage nowadays. And, you know, another controversial thing I want to talk about was this whole thing with LiL Wayne stepping on the flag. Apparently, he filmed a video the other day, and there's a scene where he's stepping and dancing, and, you know, basically people got the impression that he basically was saying fuck America, or you know, I'm above America, you know, basically just disrespecting the history and everything that goes along with that American flag. Now, you know, me personally, I have, you know, I do think this is the best country to be in, but at the same time it can be the worst too, especially if you're of a certain ethnicity in this country. And you know, it really can be a downfall for you. But you know, basically I question myself. You know, I was on the way to work or whatever, listening to the radio, listening to what type of bullshit is out, and they were talking about this, and I was like, wait a minute, why is everybody making a big uproar about him stepping on the American flag, but it took forever for people to go after him about that Emmett Till line? And as soon as I heard about the story, right away that came into my mind. Cause I'm like, damn, you know, nobody hardly said anything besides, you know, black folks that have some common sense and have some respect for their history. Nobody said anything about the Emmett Till situation until, what, months later after the song was released. Like I said, that song came out way back in January. But it took that long for it to get even somewhat of a buzz. But you know, LiL Wayne didn't reply to the Emmett Till situation. He basically just said, that's what I said, if you don't like it, fuck you. That basically was his whole attitude. But he did reply towards him stepping on the American flag. And you know, he did it on Twitter and said something about, you know, it wasn't planned. He was doing a scene for the video, and the American flag happened to be behind him, and he was just walking or whatever. He ended up on the American flag. But then people were saying how, you know, if you know you're stepping on the American flag, why are you skipping and jumping and continuing to do it? But you know, really at the end of the day, I don't really give a damn, because if people didn't have an outrage about him disrespecting someone like Emmett Till, or a lot of other things he contributes that's negative towards the black community, like feeding into that whole light skin, dark skin bullshit he was doing, what, 2-3 years ago, and you know, basically disrespecting black folks as a whole. If nobody goes after him for that, then I can care less about him stepping on the American flag, because sometimes I feel like I want to step on the American flag. So that's basically how I feel about it. You guys give me your feedback. I will leave an article in the description box if you want to read more on it. But hey, I don't give a shit.